doing a bit of gizmo fucking adaptation. He has been bought a very beautiful sheepskin rug from a friend of mine. He's very generous and kind. And he did get on it earlier, and he just went to get on the pillow, which is where he normally sits, and he put his paw on it. He went, ooh, because he was expecting the pillow, which does feel familiar to him. That's what, you know, and he was sniffing, and he's like, this doesn't smell of me. This can't be my pillow. But he is still purring. Right, what the fuck am I on about? No, you must stay. I know what he wants. He wants me to fucking move. He wants to be right here. He's been doing this all fucking day. He comes and just sits right next to me and just looks at me. And as soon as I stand up, he moves there. He's basically saying, fuck off. Aren't you? Right. Where the fuck am I at? I wanted to, Gizmo, get out of the fucking way. You can sit there if you want to be right in that position. You can sit upon me. You may sit upon me. Yeah, like someone commented on my Bullies video earlier, and I replied like with a bit of a whopper. But I did sort of watch that video back, and I was being a bit of a fucking baby, to be honest. I was being a fucking child. Like, whenever you've got a point, if you make it angrily, you just instantly don't sound like you're worth listening to. Do you know what I mean? You just sound bitter, don't you? You just sound full of vitriol and all that. There we go. See? It's nice. It's nice. It's a sheepskin rug. And you like lamb. He loves a bit of lamb. Yeah, it will soon smell of you. Just put your bum on it. Just put your bum on it. He's so beautiful. Yes, you are. Oh, hello. Hello, cuddly. He does this a lot. Yeah, the thing where I was saying, basically, stop telling people to just not be bullied. It just doesn't really make sense, does it? But it's one of that's one of my kind of, my interpretations of it. Really, it's just, again, it's like the description of it. It's the description of it that people talk about, like the worrying what people think of you. It's like worrying is just a very weird word. Anyway, it doesn't really mean anything if you think about it. You know, you can be in all kinds of different states of stress, like concerned that you're going to get fucking beaten up or ridiculed or whatever, but you can just be angsty or whatever, and people call it worry, and you think, well, it's not like worry, is it? It's being in that energy. It's being in that energy of nasty fucking people. And it can be made to sound, and society does this, it makes it sound so fucking stupid and weak when you are susceptible to it. And that was the kind of thinkoid it inspired in me, really, was that, what was that, Mikey? What was the thinkoid it inspired in you? Yeah, that was it. It's not so much the bullying itself, but it's the fact that it's happening again. And, you know, you've been doing all of this stuff around loving yourself and being more confident, and, you know, people do various things, don't they? They attend different things, or like listen to different meditations, or whatever it is that they do, and there it is still fucking happening. It's the fact that you're still fucking drawing it to you, and you know that that is because of an energetic thing, that you have a natural fucking beacon towards predatory fucking narcissistic manipulators and fucking just vicious little nasty bullies, the ones who bully you when no one's around, suddenly turn on you and then fucking forget everything about it when you next see it, and that sort of shit. And it's the fact that that keeps happening. And I think that's really, it's not the crux of it. It's not the crux of it. But again, it's like I've said before, when you've got something that's built up into a fear, like getting dumped, for instance, and you get dumped. But it's not just the getting dumped, it's the fact that you knew this was going to fucking happen, and this fucking always fucking happens, and it's another fucking pattern, it's the same thing happening again, and blah, blah, blah. And it's all that shit on top of it, a lot of the time, that actually makes you upset. And I think there's a similar thing with bullying. There's a similar thing with bullying that it's when it happens, like, oh, here we go, yeah, the fucking victim, the one that's fucking da da da. You see it in people's eyes. You see it in people's eyes, or you hear it in their voice when they say hello to you. Just those types of people, and you just know straight away, and you just think there's no fucking point trying to even fucking chat to that person. You just learn it. You just learn it. Or do you? Because then you find out you're schizotypal and you can't trust any judgment you ever make. You know, oh yeah, that old chestnut. That old chestnut. It's like, that really did fuck me up for someone who's always learnt energetically and understood things energetically. And now I can't read those energies. Or I can, but I read them differently or wrong or too intensely or whatever. So yeah, I think that's why it's so infuriating when people say don't worry about it, just don't let it get to you. It's like they're not letting it get to them. Believe me, when you're trying as hard as you can to not let something get to you, to have someone just describe it as don't let it get to you, as if you've just been letting it get to you, it kind of just makes it all the more infuriating. Yeah, they're only words, but it's like, when someone's in that situation, they're really fucking frustrated. They're really fucking frustrated because no, they don't fucking deserve it, is another thing, You almost get told that you deserve it by the crew that are always talking about you create your own reality, rah rah rah, and it's like, yeah, it's just fucking infuriating because you're doing everything you can not to let it get to you. You're doing everything you can just to do all the things that people always tell you. Do you know what I mean? But it keeps fucking happening, and it's that wears you down. It's that wears you the fuck out, and it is the repetition of that same conclusion. Just don't let it get to you. Don't worry. Who cares what they think? It's nothing to do with what they think. It's just, you're talking about a different thing. They're talking about what they did and what they're doing at work while you're trying to work. And you're going, don't let it get to you. You can't not let it get to you when people are doing deliberate fucking things to make your life more difficult, because that's what people are fucking like when they enjoy bullying. And I've had a lot of workplace bullying. It's fucking nasty shit. And I'm just here doing my fucking job, for fuck's sake. And just because they've got buttons and whatever, and you're always told to look at their buttons and look at why they're doing. No, that's their fucking business, mate. Don't fucking get the victims of bullies to do the forgiving of the bullies for the bullies to try and heal them. They need to take responsibility for their own fucking self. If they're acting out on their fucking insecurities, that's their responsibility, which is largely why I spend a lot of time alone, because I know I can't help fucking acting out a lot of the time. I know. I got chatting to a geezer today, and that same old thing. You can't tell me you're not confident because you dance in fucking town, and he's seen me dance. He's like, that is society's interpretation. You think it's confident? No, it's fucking hiding. It's a lot closer to hiding. Yeah, it's not caring. Yeah, it's being totally who I am. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. All of those things. But it's also, that's the only way I can be around people, because if I try and be around people, that's when all of my confidence doesn't stay. That's why it's totally different. That's why I can't be just interpreted as confident. And I was literally feeling anxious talking to him, and I was like, mate, I've put an hour on the car. I'm in Boston because I had to get my meds. I'm picking some other shit up. I'm just going to go and get a smoothie, and I'm going home. And I think he was. I think he got my point in the end. He's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. He always chats. I literally met him through the bike rides. But he's a Boscombe lad, and like he's seen me around for years and whatever. And we finally got to. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's always got time. He always stops and chats. But again, there was that sort of that misunderstanding where people tell me stuff about me that they know, because they think they know. It's like, you can't tell me you're not confident. I've seen you dancing in town. That sort of thing. There's nothing to do with. There's nothing to do with it. And when I know, and when I've been making videos about the fact that that's the only way that I've been comfortably able to be around in the world for a extended period, more than a few hours over the last few months, that's the only way I've been able to fucking manage it. That's how fucked up I am. And, it's instant, to say something that weird instantly demands that people go, what? eh? And they're all confused. But then I see that face and I just think it being horrible. Like, what the fuck? You know, and then that's my misinterpretation. But then I'm doing all I can to interpret you properly. And then you're misinterpreting me fucking for free, wholesale. Fucking bargain buckets. But it is those automatic fucking conclusions, and there's so many of them. When I wrote one the other day on a post, it did turn into a bit of a twatty rant again, because I'm a belligerent little prick. But it was about people telling me to take it as a compliment. That was it. When I got confused with someone else the other day, I was like, who the fuck looks like me, for fuck's sake? No one looks like me. No one fucking looks like me. Don't you fucking dare say anyone looks like me. And I just went, and before you tell me to take it as a compliment, no, I won't, because it's not a compliment, because I don't feel complimented by it. I know full well what a compliment feels like, right? If it was a compliment, I feel complimented by it. And that is actually really close to how I felt when I was a little kid crying. And people would say, you know, they're doing it because they're jealous of you, because they want to be like you, because you're very special. And I used to be sitting there thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm crying because of what they've done and how they're horrible to me. And you're telling me that's because they like me? They look up to me? What the fuck? It never makes sense to me. It never will. I know what they mean. Again, I'm able to interpret you when I stop and think about it. So it seems to me that no one's stopping and thinking about it in the other direction. It's just, you know, it's not complimentary. It's not. You have to shoehorn it in. You have to fucking idealise that it's complimentary. Is what you have to do. It's not complimentary. It's bullying. It's vicious acts of nastiness, and that's what they're being subjected to. And that's the kind of way I should have explained it in that video. But, you know, the person that commented was like, thank God someone is finally saying to just not just ignore bullies. And they're right. They're right. Because apart from anything else, the bullies need fucking nipping in the bud, because they need to start looking at their fucking selves instead of projecting it on to everyone else around them. You know what I mean? So it's better for them, and it's better for the victims of bullies. And, you know, when you've been in a long-term bullying relationship, it changes you, and you have subconscious paradigms. You act without thinking. You act habitually. And you act habitually like a fucking helpless victim that needs to apologise for themselves. And you hate that about yourself, that you do it automatically. You catch yourself doing it. And then people say, that's baggage, let it go. As if you just go, poof, and it's gone. Well, maybe that was their experience, but it's really fucking horrible of them to assume that it's the same way for everyone else. It's really hard to explain that one without making them sound weak, without confirming that belief that anyone that is going through something emotional and not coping, it's because they are making it bigger. It's not. It's just fucking louder. That's all it is. It's the same thing, but louder. I'm louder. I experience everything louder. If I like something, I really fucking like it. Do you know what I mean? It's like I experience life. I experience life. No, I'm not moving. That's it. Get on your rug. Look. Get on your rug. He's getting in the way of the camera. He's been sitting against my leg, which he literally wants to be there. He will be on it like a fucking shot. Little bastard. I don't know why he started doing this again. No gizmo. Stay there. Anyway, I'll say tatty ta-ra and thingamybobs and goodbye now.